During my first year, I lived in Dorchester House. I lived on the fourth floor. Trying to remember what flat I actually lived in. I can't.
What was it like living at Dorchester House?
I really enjoyed it in terms of that I had an absolutely beautiful view, and I really found that very useful. My room was just perfectly placed that the sun would come in the morning and it would go down in the evening. It was really, really convenient that there was an Asda right across the road for me, considering I often run out of things and have to pop over there to go and get stuff. Um, I think the only downside I didn't like about it was the washing machines, having to have it all in a communal area, but small problems.
If we had to say on a scale of party to study, where would you place Dorchester? More on the study side or more on the party side?
I feel like at the start of the year, it was probably more like a 7 to 8 at the party side because if a lot of people wanted to get to know a lot of people and it was very party focused. I think at the latter end of the year, it was more of a sort of a 5 to 6, whereby you had parties of the weekend. Most people were still happily going around each other's flats and things, but I think people had dialed it back a little bit to compromise that they needed to obviously get through their exams.
Is there anything else you think students need to know about staying at Dorchester House?
There are some absolutely lovely pieces of garden area there, and if you strike at the right time, you will find cats, and they're always they're always nice to sit there and have a look at. Because if you do forget what animals look like when you are in Bournemouth, because it's a lot of urbanisation area, so yeah. As
Where did you live in your second year? Where were you currently living in your second year?
I'm currently living at my house. I was very fortunate that I hadn't actually signed a housing contract for my second year by the time COVID hit. So I didn't have to sign up to go anywhere. So I've decided to remain at home for the time being, save the money, save having to be away.
What's it like living at home and studying?
Ooh, it's been really challenging at times. I think it's very difficult to kind of manage yourself and not fall into bad habits. And I would highly recommend if you are going to learn at home, get yourself a desk like separate away from things, separate away from bed, separate away from the kitchen table, preferably. It has been challenging, but I think it's been well worth living at home to have those like additional extras that you wouldn't get at home otherwise. So yeah, it is otherwise really nice.